Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get the updates. Really excited for today's beer. It is another Black is Beautiful beer. It's courtesy of my friend Jerome. Thank you so much, Jerome. I really appreciate this beer. It's from Thin Man Brewery. So they're out of Buffalo, New York. I cannot for the life of me remember if I've ever had a Thin Man. I'm pretty sure I had a collab that they were on. But I had done my undergrad in Buffalo. And the only brewery I ever went to there at that time was Pearl Street, which is like a brew pub kind of a place. And then years later, a few years ago, I was up there, and we went to Big Ditch, which was awesome. But I don't think I've had anything from Thin Man. And if I did, I forgot. I'm sorry to Thin Man. This one's coming in at 10.5% ABV. So the base recipe says it should clock in at 10. So I don't know, did they brew the base recipe and it came out a little, higher? Did they tweak it and that's the difference? I have no idea. I didn't look it up. I didn't reach out to anyone. So let's get into it. I got the proper glassware. Beer always tastes better in proper glassware. It's dark, but there's a lot of brown in this beer as it's coming out. And then when you get it all in the glass, look, I actually have a clean glass. Yeah, same thing as like when I was pouring it out. It's dark, but then you do see some brown, almost like crimson red at the bottom. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's like very dark brown, super light black kind of a thing. Not quite a finger of a light mocha. It's in the range of mocha. Small bubbles, a couple medium ones as the small ones are breaking up. Definitely a beautiful looking beer. You got some nice lacing, a little bit of legs given the ABV. Let's get to the aroma. This has some of that roast I've gotten with other ones that were definitely following the recipe. Like a cherry wood kind of a thing. A little smoke, a little tobacco-y. Some nice sweet chocolate. There's like a fruity sweetness, not in an IPA kind of a way, but like in how stouts can have like a berry thing. Like, I want to go cherry, and again, sometimes you have a stout and you mention cherries and people jump to infection. I don't mean like that kind of a smell, just actual cherries. Kiss of vanilla. Smells good. Yeah, it's not straight up. Is it a Russian Imperial Stout or a black IPA kind of a battle I've had with some of the ones that followed the base a little bit more? But there's a little bit of that in there, so I'm super curious to taste it. Cheers. So the taste, I'm actually kind of glad I said that about the aroma. The taste has that stuff. It has that battle of, is it a black IPA, like a big black IPA? Is it a Russian Imperial Stout? So it has that kind of hoppiness. It has that bitterness. But there is more complexity to it, which makes sense given the aroma. There is definitely some sweetness. It's not as sweet as the Lucky Hair one that I had. Those guys reached out and they said they did tweak the recipe, the bill grain. So that to them, they're like, that's probably why you thought it was sweeter than the other ones that you had that were more traditional to the original base recipe. So this one is, just relatively, as someone who's had a decent number of these at this point, this one is on the sweeter side, but not the sweetest one I've had that at least mostly used the base recipe, is the short version. There is that berry, or is it cherry thing, again, not in an infection way at all. This is drinking great. It has that molassesy, has some of that smokiness, almost like peaty, which I really like. The vanilla note I got in the aroma, I'm not getting a taste. I do get a little bit of that chocolate I mentioned there. I'm trying to think what I said in the aroma that is carrying across to the taste. Yeah, okay. So about 3/4 into the sip, you get, and I don't think this is a negative for the style, but again, I can tell people might think this is negative. You get a little bit of like cherry cough syrup. So, and I've had the infected stouts that have that cherry thing, but it's like a sour cherry. This is not that. It's a little medicinal in that moment. There's a little bit of the alcohol comes through in the taste. For the style, I'm okay in the taste having a little bit of alcohol, so it's not over my threshold for that. So I actually quite enjoy that thing in this. I mean, this is pretty good. I shouldn't even say pretty good. This is good. Like I'm definitely liking it. I'm going back and forth. Should I try to kind of be comparing and rating these? Should I just let the message shine through as I'm talking about what I think of each one? I would gladly drink this again. I will put it that way. I think that's maybe the fairest way to kind of get my point across. I like the flavors that are coming across. I like that it's not just a couple notes. Some of them have been a couple notes that I happen to really like those notes. This has way more going on, and I happen to like all that stuff together. It is working for me. It has some cool tasting notes, so that's always a nice thing when it's not just the same descriptors in every style video. Like, oh, I'm doing another stout, so here's my 4 things I always say. This one had a couple other things, which was pretty cool, and also some similarities, obviously, because it is a style, and styles have things that are in common. I'm starting to ramble, which is how I know it's time to wrap things up. Thanks again, Jerome, for the beer. Thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate that. Check me out on Instagram and on Tap. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.